Alrighty. We
Eastbound
should
and
be live
down.
now. Back to the live.
Back to live. All right, I am throwing like this paste. Ugh.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I'm excited. It's been a busy last couple weeks. Just catching up on everything from uh, what was our last round? Was that St. Louis? They all
It
run.
was St. Louis, yeah.
They all run together now. Um, and got everything pumped out for that. Had some big videos coming from that, so that was all fun. Um, we got Jason. What's up, buddy?
Oh wow, Speedy Gonzalez.
I know, dude.
Shee
Shout out to Jason for the sandwich, man. That was pretty fire, by the way.
dude. Matt and I saved some, and then like for the end of the day, because I knew I wasn't gonna get any good food at the end of the day. I was like, fuck it. I still wasn't like terribly hungry from the first half. I was like, Matt, you want to try some of this? I'm like, this shit's really good.
Right.
He and we have talked about that sandwich now so many times. I'm like, dude, oh, that thing was just so damn good. Like, we're both just sitting there in the truck and we're like looking at each other. I'm like, this is as good for you as it is for me, right? I'm like, this is just insane. This is just insane.
I think it
Like,
helps, like that we were starving.
dude, yeah, but you kept it. I don't even know what yours was, but it was definitely probably a little more like simple. This thing that he got like that was like the spicy, which it definitely had a little heat going on
A
to
little
her.
heat going on.
But like it was a spread that I had never had. It was its own very special spread. It was like garlic, spicy something, parmesan, like cheese. Like I don't know. He would have to say, but god damn, thank you again. Shit was too good.
What's going on, Colin?
Hello, guys.
Yo. Yeah, so obviously I just got a little bit of Seattle from last year going on in the background. Honestly, this is one of the. It's not the prettiest track, but man, it has some fun battles. Let me tell you. And I love
Apparently, it's cool to shoot. That's
it.
what people always be saying. That like it may not be pretty, but at least like
Oh
the
yeah, you get
you
some really
can.
cool shots. I mean, I'll be honest, they've taken away probably the best shot of the whole year for me. Right as they come down here, right on the outside after this zone, we used to be able to stand right there, and now we
Oh,
can't, or at least we couldn't last 2 years now. So
because of those billboard things,
I
or
assume because they don't want us standing in front of sponsor billboards. Which, to be
yeah,
fair, why can't we at least get the shots during practice?
it's true.
What's up, Colin? Yeah, Grid Life, man. They just had a Grid Life, didn't they?
Yeah, and
Over
then
in
they'll be at Lime Rock next week.
Yeah, and they were in Lime, but they were just at wasn't it Road America?
Road America, yeah,
Yeah, that's a
for the
nice course, man.
drifting for the first time there, I
That's
believe
so
too.
cool, man. Drifting
Yeah,
is moving up in the world.
there it is. Spicy garlic cream cheese plus a sweet roasted pepper, red peppers.
Man, that is a
Sweet God,
okay.
making me
Jason, to be
moist
fair though,
again
that
right
is a
now.
terrible name for whatever the heck that is.
What?
That
Spicy garlic cream cheese?
bro, that's like 18 words in a
Oh
name.
yeah, yeah. That's when you know it's gonna hit. But yeah, no, I didn't make it. I haven't been to any grid life this year. I'm lacking. I'm going next weekend. I'll be at Lime Rock,
Lime Rock, yeah. Yeah,
and then
I went to Midwest. I'm probably gonna go a lot more next year. It's what it's looking like, but um,
they are the bee's knees. Honestly, I've
yeah.
just been a piece of crap.
but
Hmm.
but no, I think I just loved it. And then obviously we had Drift Masters over last weekend, I believe it was.
Yeah, this past weekend. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Latvia,
yeah,
good
and
old Riga. Did you see people were getting ripped off while they were there?
uh
that they were getting way overcharged for cab rides. They were spending like a hundred euros or something, or whatever their
What?
currency is, and it should have been like a 20 or something.
Really?
Well, like yeah, I mean, they could spot out a country.
Out of towner, yeah.
Yeah. Not even state to state. You got people coming all the way across the pond.
Yeah.
So
Seattle's not today.
not today. Soon.
Seattle is next or this weekend.
Yes.
I just have last year's pulled up. Um, for a
Damn,
little
getting them all
reminder of what kind of
excited.
happened last year.
Jared
Um,
Deanna lost a lot of hair. It is me.
Team
That's
hair
all
hair
right.
challenged.
Yeah, team hair. Yeah, yeah. Send it on the hairline.
Right.
Oh shit, that's funny. That's
No,
all right, K-Swap. Well, appreciate you for thinking that it was, and that you were here. You're just preemptive, dude. You can hang out for a week, but I think that you probably got other stuff to do. Yeah, Chelsea in the Porsche went hard. He was driving 3 cars at that event, which is just crazy to me.
yeah. Chelsea's going nuts. Um, I
But yeah,
know. I'm obviously working for Link. We have a lot to do with his Fox body right now.
oh yeah,
Running the EcoBoost stuff and doing a bunch of new testing on that. So it sounded like it went pretty well. So that's some cool new info that hopefully will be coming out with Link soon.
nice.
Um, but yeah, no, I think as far as Seattle goes, like I'm pretty hyped. Like it always brings and also brings out always seems to bring out Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, he
Honestly,
does. Yeah,
Dylan always
he
comes out of
drove
the
here with a
woodwork at
broken
this event.
hand
He's
last
always
time,
like, you know what?
right?
I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna mess some people up. And
Right?
every year
He
he
has a
gets
good
right.
time. I've never seen it live, so I'm excited to watch my boy
Yeah. Have you
do it.
how have you been? You've been to Seattle though before, right?
No,
You've never been to Seattle?
the first timer.
Oh boy. I mean, that makes
Yeah,
sense. Seattle's always one of the worst events to try and get to because it's always the most expensive.
yeah.
It's the one that actually would have the least amount of media, all year. Always
Really?
is. Yeah, it's just so expensive. You'll see a bunch of media guys aren't gonna make it out here just because it's that expensive to fly out to Seattle
That's
for most people.
the one year I chose. It was either to me. I was like, well, Irwindale or Seattle. I was like, the final round. You know, it's like I
Right.
kind of like if I have to pick between the two, even
Right.
though
I
I've
mean,
been to
yeah, you gotta
Irwindale.
pick Irwindale at that point.
But yeah, and I was just like, chances of rain
Mm-hmm.
are a lot higher because Seattle. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Vert? How
But
you doing, man?
yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm definitely a little nervous because I've never been there. I hope I don't look like an idiot.
I mean, you will, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I do that.
I mean,
That
there is
happens
kind of
anyway.
just an exception made for you in the rules for special needs. You know,
It's true.
everyone
It's true.
everyone needs a Make a Wish kid out there. So
Uh, I'm literally staring at the screen like, all right, well, where are the media boxes so I kind of know where to go? I didn't see any. I didn't
no,
see one
it's
media person during that whole run.
there's literally like it's two main spots basically. Well, three, but
I'm with you,
there's some
Vert.
fun stuff.
I'm right above you. I'm in North Carolina, so it's just, I mean, definitely not as bad as South Carolina right now, but
Yeah,
I guess some places here fucking got 12, 13 inches of rain.
dang.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Cletus was running a boat down his drag strip.
Yeah, you saw Rad Dan was driving around with the wind boat on the back. I think that he was gonna go do some little personal rescue missions or
Oh
something.
gosh, that's so
It,
bad.
I think that he was just going and helping the community. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely is. I don't think it's been like, I don't know about the winds down there or anything, but like just rain. This is pure fucking just flooding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Jason's missing it because it's too expensive, and then that's like the story every year. A lot of people, if like there's a round that media guys aren't making to, and it's Seattle because of how expensive it is, and I mean, it's true though. Like it's such a good track to shoot though. You get the wall rides, you get close battles, you get sunsets. Like
Yeah,
the greenery around the track's really good looking. Like and they're going freaking fast, man. Like
it
this
does look
track's
like a
no joke,
fast
dude.
course.
It's a fast course. Um,
Is there a lot of people like that make it?
it's
Like a
so
good amount of
Seattle's
spectators?
interesting because basically there's one big grandstands every, and it's always it's filled up every year.
Yeah.
It's always packed. The fans are great. But they're kind of not in your way at all. Like they're up way back behind everything. So
Hmm. Yeah, I see them lined up and everything. Oh damn.
yeah.
Hopefully I don't look like an idiot in front of people. I try to save that until it's like a little later on, so that way I know that they're drunk and that they don't
Yeah.
know that anything that you do is like really cool to them at that point. Yeah, it's like,
Gotcha.
but it's so far. Yeah, it definitely is a bit far.
Yeah. Dang, there's gonna be another 8 to 12 inches.
Yeah,
That's
apparently it's
something Herbie's
supposed.
never heard.
It's, yeah, dude, it's two at a time. It's yeah. Come on now. Damn, Jay, you maybe take the check bag out. I don't know. That's hard though, cause I just shove everything into my carry-ons. And I just,
Yeah, well, like it's true though. It's like it's that expensive for tickets,
but yeah,
basically.
that's gonna save you what, $60 if you don't have a check bag.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I mean,
It's
it's eight
insane.
hundred dollars for a ticket, like a lot of the time. So
That's crazy.
it's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, man, no, it should be. This event kind of highlights. I always like to say this is a big wheel or big tire track,
Yeah,
so guys usually do pretty well here. Dylan usually does pretty well here because he's from this track,
yeah,
and whatnot. And
that's true. I
I'm just
forget
trying to remember
this is his
who,
hometown.
what were the. Because Dylan always has epic battles, and Matt Field usually does pretty well here too.
Yeah,
Um,
he does good on a bank. Damn.
oh,
You think that Dean Carney and Forrest are gonna make it?
I don't know. I mean, they were supposed to do everything on the West Coast, but I
Is that
don't
like
know
too
if
is it
that's.
too north for him now?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so Chelsea won obviously this round last year.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm gonna you see James Dean in top four last year. I'm already seeing James Dean as like the guy to beat. Period.
Yep.
Um, I mean, why don't we go? I want to go ahead and show you guys. I mean, everyone, if they don't know, you can see here number one, and this is the Formula D for this year. He's in number one. So let's go over to Drift Masters. See who also is at number one.
Yep.
It's the same guy.
You know,
And
I
he even
found it
missed a
crazy.
round. You see that? There's no points for round one.
Yeah, he literally missed around. Now, like every time he podiums, he's like, "I guess I'll see you at the next one."
I
It's
know,
like
dude.
he's like waiting for himself to lose so he could just like take a weekend off for
He's just the
once.
craziest wild card driver ever.
For real. Well, genuinely, it's like, all right, sick.
Yeah.
But I think that him and Connor, honestly, are both going to be absolutely nuts at Seattle. I think coming out of Riga, like they have seat time like in a competitive setting, like the most recent compared
Yeah.
to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think hot pit, but like that doesn't really count. Um, this is just they're gonna come into this just hot still, like one and two placing on that podium, and then coming straight to here is gonna be like, oh, another fast track, easy, like
Yeah.
two different chassis that they gotta drive,
Mm-hmm.
but clearly hasn't really proven to be much of an issue for
Right.
us.
Well, let's
uh,
pop up. I have it somewhere. Here it is. Here we go. So, I guess we can go ahead and just get into the seating bracket, and then talk ourselves through these battles and make a couple predictions and then have a good rest of the night. So
You're right, Bert.
obviously you
LZ.
get Stooky, bye run, lucking
Yep,
out, but I appreciate it. He's got a beautiful car. I'll take it.
he does. Yeah,
Um,
it's nice to shoot. It should be pretty to shoot there too. I'm excited.
hmm
I'm excited.
All right, next up, this will be a fun one. We got Alec Robbins and Rudy Hansen.
I don't know what to expect here.
I,
They're both like fighting now, like
mm-hmm.
fighting for something.
Right. Well, they're in the part of the bracket, and this is kind of the hard part about the system is you can get stuck. Once you get stuck in the back half of the back 23 or 26 or whatever it is, and you lose in that top 32 bracket, you're now stuck in this pool of drivers that's got to
Yep.
battle their way into the top 32 every round.
Yeah.
And both of these guys are now in that, they got to battle their way out of this, and then they got to battle their way out of top 32 to get out of this situation now. So those are two guys that are going to need wins. It's going to be a pretty solid battle. My pick's on
Yeah, I think
Robbins just for the experience part of it.
I
He's driven
I
this track many times. I don't know if Rudy's driven this track. He might have his rookie season, because but
no,
it, me
they
it
didn't
was a
do
long
Seattle.
time ago when Prospect went to Seattle. They did, and
Yeah.
it was, I think Dylan Hughes was still in Pro Spec or Pro
Yeah,
2.
Rudy. I think Rudy started when Alex and Matt had started
Yeah, so I
2019 or
don't
whatever.
think
Yeah, so no,
he might have not driven Seattle. So,
it was Irwindale, I think.
okay. Yeah, so Robbins is definitely the guy with the advantage, I think, in this battle. What do you guys think in the chat,
Yeah, I, I had to say Robbins myself,
Yeah,
but not by a long shot. That's a toughie,
yeah.
honestly, because like I think Rudy's really just gonna show that he doesn't really suck as long as he keeps that out of the wall during practice. I think he should do honestly very well here.
Yeah.
2020.
2020. Dang.
Okay,
That was
then
4 years ago, bro.
nah, yeah, but they started then, no? Because Steve and
No, but
Ricky
like I'm
started
just saying 2020 is
2019.
4 years ago, which is wild to me.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Feels like it
I
was
know.
last year.
I don't think that my boys ever went to Seattle though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So next up, I believe Vaughn is not making the round, so it's a bye run for Derek. Happy to see Derek get through. Needs the win.
Yeah, he got lucky at St. Louis too, right?
He remember that was the Andy Haley,
Oh, that's right.
Derek
Never mind.
Madison fiasco
Never mind.
at
Yep,
last
yep,
round.
yep,
So
yep, yep.
that was fun.
Or
The whole
I
paint
thought
gate,
that for some reason that he did have a bye
He
run.
did. It's 2 rounds ago. So he's
Okay,
been in the top 32 last couple rounds. So another win for him.
nice.
Again, I don't know. You guys in the chat can let me know. Is Forrest Wayne gonna be in at this round?
Or is it just a surprise? I don't know. I haven't even seen like his anything on Instagram or
Yeah,
anything, but
I don't know.
maybe like Instagram is just hiding his page.
I
Who knows?
think his summer break is over, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if he's coming, because that, honestly, if you want to see a guy that's gonna get boned over in the first round here, it's gonna be potentially Mr. Ben Hobson.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that if he does show up, that's gonna be toughy.
Yeah.
But I mean, also like Ben's car just seemingly looks much faster. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like the Mustangs do seem faster, but that's going to, I think, be a problem for him once it comes to the chase. He's going to have to check up so much more.
Right.
And let's all hope that his gearbox and everything is going to be operational this round. You know, he's just seems like that they're constantly like finding bug after bug on that chassis. It's like sounded like Chelsea just beat that thing into the ground. He's like secretly there's all of these problems.
He just drove through him.
Yeah, and Ben's just somehow finding them all out. But eventually there will be none. So I'm hoping that I hope that Forrest does make it, and I just hope that it's a good, well fought battle. I hope that it's not like, damn, this poor kid just got walked or something.
Hmm.
Like I hope it's genuinely down to the like a, a judging, like give it a minute.
Yeah.
Like so.
I
But I wish the best for Ben. I mean, Forrest, I just like to watch him drive, and he's got a sick car. So I mean,
yeah. No, I think it should be. I want to see the battle personally, just because I think it'd be fun. But if Ben gets the bye, he deserves it. It'd be his like first bye in a while.
definitely deserves it.
All right.
Literally, as they were saying at St. Louis, it's like all he
Mm-hmm.
really has to do is just make it past that little second turn, and he's in it.
Yeah. No.
Literally, just can't even initiate. It's like, bro, no shot. This has to be made up.
Dude cannot catch a break, man.
I'm like, man, that's me even on a simulator because I choke. But like he didn't. He just broke.
Exactly. All right. Next up, we got Mike Power, Dimitri Brewski. Probably another solid battle here. Battle of two different inline sixes, but
DOJ.
and
Yeah,
Dimitri's
it's
kind of a
true.
guy that I'm surprised is still in the bracket, but
That's what yeah, Jason just said. Like, can we talk about how Brewski keeps winning seeding bracket and then losing in the top 32 immediately? It's true. He's crushing it through this, and then just I don't even want to say he folds under pressure. I think that he's just getting the short end of his stick sometimes. He is driving pretty pretty well for the most part. I
yeah.
just keep reflecting back to the loss against Field in Orlando, and that
Hmm.
was just like that was crazy. He was like a whole new man out there. It just so we'll see. I don't know. I think Power has it in him, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, power. It just depends on what power is showing up that day.
What type of power we got?
Exactly.
Superpower or
Dimitri's done good at this course in the past, though. Long time ago, I'm pretty sure I remember him driving pretty decent here. But I think I got him on that one. Uh, this is a battle of characters coming up here, though. Kyle
yeah,
Mohan, Andy Haley.
yeah. I
That would be
mean,
a party.
I think Andy's got this one.
I think Andy's got it, but
It should still be fun. I
I,
mean,
I'm excited for it, man.
I just every time that Kyle goes out there, I feel bad. I truly do. Like the car is cool. He's cool. His program seems great. Whatever that like his company that he represents,
Hmm.
everything. But it's just like, damn, bro,
Well,
the
it's
amount of
it's it says
money.
something when every time you go out for a practice run, no one else will go with you.
Yeah, and
No one
there's
will
not
chase you.
many. There's not many that happen to.
It's bad, man. Like every practice run Kyle comes by, he's going alone. Every lead run he does because no one
Yeah,
wants to chase him.
yeah, they wait back. Or they just won't be at the line at all, which is crazy. I'm like, damn, all right. Maybe he just like maybe in my head I think that he gives a warning, like, yo guys, like let me just take this. We do you all the favor and not waste your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does. I mean, it's just again rotary, no torque, and to be that consistent in a chase position, I feel like versus all these other, you know, torqued up, JZs, VRs, or even better, a V8, there's just a rotary has like zero comparison unless you are dialed rev limiter all the time, just constantly clutching, handbrake, doing everything that you possibly can. But like, you know, you're still gonna be slower.
I like Jason's comment here. I mean, look what happens when Robin did chase him.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. And then he wanted to fight him. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh man. Yeah, that was an interesting scenario. So it's funny because another battle that we don't know if is going to happen. Dean's supposedly supposed to be doing the West Coast rounds. I would
yeah,
consider this a West Coast round. So is he making it to this one? You know, which this again is potentially one of the better battles of the weekend. You know,
yeah,
for seating bracket purposes.
yeah,
If Thorne gets a bye run, then more power to him. You know, he's been driving really good too. Another guy I'm kind of surprised is still in this bracket.
yeah. I think
Um,
he's still trying to find that he's like pushing too hard through the aggression now.
mm-hmm.
Because before he was like very timid and everything. Now I think he's just got to figure out that perfect balance of
Yep.
things. Because now he's kind of just running himself over. It's like, man, I love it, but like, damn.
Yep. So again, he's this is it's a battle that could potentially be really awesome if Dean is coming. And again, if anyone in the chat knows, let me know if Dean's planning on coming. And then next up we got Jean Barrion and Frederick Shrif. How do you say his last name? Sharifio? Sharifo?
Yeah, well, he's got the sheriff versus the sheriff.
Sharif. Sharifio. Sharifo.
Yeah, I guess it's something similar to like a
I
Ferrari.
think it's the battle of who has the working car, to be honest.
Who doesn't maybe spin or I don't know. I don't it's gonna sound crazy, loud. Both
Yeah.
are very incredibly
But the
loud,
question
so
is who's gonna have the working car? You know.
yeah. I think that they'll both work. They seem to work.
Yeah, they get to the line and then they break.
Yeah. I
Like
don't know
honestly, how
what to
many
say
practice
about
runs
that
have
one.
you seen each of these guys run in the last couple rounds?
Well,
I didn't
Zhao,
count on my finger,
honestly, I
on my
think
hand. I mean,
Zhao's ran a lot. Maybe not at St. Louis. I don't really remember too much of him at St.
yeah.
Louis. But I feel like when he does, he's just spinning out. He's throwing crazy angle at stuff and then loops it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn, both cars are gonna break. Sharifo. Oh, thank you. Irish or African.
Yeah.
Zhao's car is always broken. He's a solid. Yeah. I don't know.
Honestly, if Zhao's car is working, I think I'm gonna pick him over Sharifo. But again, always a gamble in my opinion.
It really is. Sometimes Federico, he'll put down like a pretty good run and like here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, almost knocked my gum off my table. Um, and then you don't really have to, I don't know to track too well, but I don't think that you need too much angle, right? Like you could just drive through the bank, come off, and do your little thing.
The part that everyone messes up is coming out of the bank into the inner part of the course. They usually will overshoot it or hit the wall
Okay,
there or slow down, and then that's in the chase, and that's where you see collisions. Usually,
gotcha.
it's usually that's the most common place where everyone messes up. So that'll be where it really separates people because some people are able to stay full throttle through pretty much all of that, and some people slow down. So it's kind of it's
Hmm.
hard to really know, I guess you could say. Um,
Oh, he switched to Kenda mid-season.
who did?
Jason just said. Uh, fucking Joel.
Really
Yeah, I did not realize that. I
interesting.
picked a duck.
All right,
Kent
so now
Williams
we got to
car
pick
on the
finals. You
thumbnail.
got to pick a finals out of this. It's tough because I don't know if half of these people are going to be here, or not half, but a couple of these guys that could change things.
Well, gonna say Dimitri on the right side
Okay.
because I haven't picked yet on the left. But I'll probably honestly Stuckey.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
could
go. I'm gonna
because
go. I'm gonna go Thorny boy, and Ben Hobson.
Yeah, Ben was gonna be my second option on that side.
Hmm.
That's what I was torn between, honestly.
But
Even if
I
Forrest
mean, it'd
does
be
show
cool
up,
just to see him actually get some wins under his belt.
yeah,
He just needs some wins.
a little bit more
And no,
like
none of these like
the
hammy wins. Like the win he got against Robbins last round was a real win. Like they both
yeah,
did a great battle. He just edged
yeah,
him out. There
he
was
did
no
it. Yeah,
BS behind it.
yep,
Like it was a good battle. So like do that. I want to
yeah,
see good battles. I don't want to see like, oh, this car breaks and oh, this car breaks and oh, who's we don't know who's gonna
yeah,
win because no one made the corner. Like like his battle with LZ, and it was just like that's not ways to get wins or fun ways to
yeah.
get wins.
Both
I
of
mean,
them were not pleased in that scenario. I could imagine. I mean, like LZ, they're all boys at this point. LZ wants
mm-hmm,
to see Ben now in the chassis that he was driving, like do well,
right,
and this is how he takes this his first time that he's like feeling comfortable in the car away from him. This is how he's gonna get it. It's just because of semantics and just because of a gearbox issue. It's terrible, you know.
yeah.
So
Well, hopefully, I mean, honestly, if there's any team that's going to fix an issue in any of these cars, it's
yeah,
going to be the RCR team. So,
yeah,
um,
it is very true. Them or Papadakis. So
yeah, exactly. So I think he's in good hands, even though it hasn't been the luckiest of years for him. Let's just say that.
yeah, they had a couple weeks now. They were able to really dissect it, figure out what the hell is the dealio
Yeah, Jason
coming
makes an
about.
interesting point that how many battles are the same, and this is the kind of the problem with this. What would you call this? Like this setup or this the way that they do the seating bracket is
Yeah.
you're gonna see a lot of the same battles
Yep.
over and over again, which is kind of not. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that's better for the sport or worse for the sport? Because on the positive end, you could say, hey, we're getting some rivalries now. Some of these guys are going to be going against each other a third time.
I think the rivalry. I think that's why they added that statistic now on, like during their live stream. If you notice, like
Mm-hmm.
they do the percent, like what are the odds of them winning or what are their percentages. I forget exactly what that is, but then it shows like how many times they've battled against each other and who's won
Yeah.
how many like. So I think that that is honestly more the narrative that they are kind of going for, because going back to it, everybody is friends with everybody, and like it's fine, but like on the track, it's cool to have maybe a couple of enemies, like
Exactly.
yeah, I do want to run you over. Like it's like I know, which it's a shame that they can't get a little bit closer to each other, but like my friends, like all of those guys in prospect, like when it comes down to track time, all they want to do is just run them over. Like it's just that is like I want to break your car type of
right.
style. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's their, and it's like I know obviously everybody wants to win, but like they turn in actually like we're trying they want to take their aggression out onto each other now and save like, all the happy fun times going out and partying and whatnot.
Yeah.
But um yeah, I think that I don't really mind it. I mind it in the sense of a media perspective because I hate just getting that. I like getting different cars together. And
Mm-hmm.
even in practice time, it you you line up a certain way, then most of the time, honestly, you get like the same people together. It's like damn. Like all right, and then we get the same ones in the battling. So sorry. Let's see what we got. Dylan.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is obviously we got Simon and Jeff. This is a rerun of last event's
Yeah.
battle.
Yep.
Bummer for Jeff. I feel like he's had some tough draws this year. Simon's probably one of the tougher ones.
For sure. Absolutely.
So, one of those guys that I feel like Simon. He's up there in the standings. really solid, good, consistent driver. What's cool though is instead of Connor going against James Dean 16, it's going to be him and James Dean. So that'll be a fun battle to see.
Yeah.
Even though I've appreciated the Connor Shanahan battles with James Dean this year, they've been great battles, fantastic, probably some of the best all year.
Yep.
Um, I'm excited. Um,
Because this will really reflect. Like, I know that like it's hard to come back from this deficit now, but having the chance to knock out your first place competitor when you're still in the point standings is very good for him, right? Like he's still third, I think, or is he fourth
I
now?
think he's fourth or fifth. I have it
Okay.
pulled up
Yeah, that last
somewhere.
round really did it bad for him.
He's in fifth.
Okay.
Look at Manoa up there in second, though. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
he's
know.
the same amount of points as Manoa, but
Okay.
yep,
Dang.
yeah.
From a team morale perspective, it sucks. Yeah, definitely. That's why I like it. It just it's hard to. I think that it's got some positives and it's got some negatives. It would be hard to weigh out which one is better, honestly, because like now, if you keep losing to the same person over and over again, if they're not Connor Shanahan or James Dean or some of these
Well,
big
just
name
imagine
guys
facing Connor or James for the same round 3 times in a
over
row.
sucks. But at least you could still like promote yourself and sell yourself to sponsors, still saying, I got knocked out. I made it into the show, but got knocked out by literally the best driver in the world, rather than I went up against Jeff Jones 3 times in a row, and I'm sorry, Jeff, but like I lost to Jeff 3 times in a row. Like it's gonna be like a hard like that's even like
Yeah,
so it depend it just I think that that's a negative right there. Is that it's gonna be harder now for you to just try to sell yourself because you're getting knocked out by the same person.
hmm,
It's like maybe learn, because this is now a learning opportunity of how they drive, what you need to improve on.
exactly. No,
I don't.
and I mean, I like it to a point because I think it does breed some competition and some emotion between some of these guys. Um, But yeah, as Jason says, if Odie loses early, and James wins Seattle, that's pretty much done.
Yeah, like yeah, you really
I mean, and so
can't call it
it's
the
funny how
title fight.
the tables turn. Let's assume James Dean wins his top 32 battle. He's going against Simon Olsen.
Yep,
That's huge implications for Odie. You know.
yep,
So I mean, this is where Simon's got to be that team player, and he's got to step up.
yeah, yeah. You just call
They just call it the
it.
Silver Showdown for second place.
You might be onto something, dude. Don't. You might want to delete that comment. They might try to steal it from you. You gotta sell it to
For real
them.
though, it's tough. I appreciate James Dean. He's one of the greatest drifters ever. He is the greatest drifter probably in our era, I would say,
Yeah,
um, or at least in the last 10 years
yeah.
that's been drifting. Um, and it's hard to argue. At this point that anyone even really comes close. You know,
He is
because I
just
don't think anyone does.
no. He is just so consistent. Obviously, he's not getting first every time, but to get on the podium this now what 13 times in a row
hmm
is just absolutely insane. Across and going from different chassis and totally different feelings of chassis, not even just like it's an S15, S14 or whatever, like it's
Different tracks, different series. It's not
just
like it's the same
totally
track or
different
the same
people,
series.
different
Like
different competitors, like yeah, it's just this Max Verstappen season is boring.
I mean, and that's the thing with motorsports is you're always going there's going to be years where someone is going to be a clear cut winner, and that's just how it is.
But you noticed back when he was in the sport for those 3 years, and then COVID came around, um, and after he went away, that was when FD, I think, in my opinion, just excelled
Mm-hmm.
miles and miles. Like the talent just got so much better. It was because everybody now got like they got shown how to do it, and then they were just now left to do it by themselves. And it's like, okay, well now we have a chance to win, and now we know how he was doing it. Like
Mm-hmm.
just came in and just absolutely smoked, and like mic drop almost, but just couldn't come back. Just-
Exactly. Well, the thing, and you know, I know he's not going to be driving for forever. I know he's talked
right.
about that in the future. That I don't know how much more competing he necessarily wants to do. I know he wants to be more of like a team owner type deal.
Yeah.
I don't know when he's going to do that, but you can tell like you know when you're this good at a motorsport and you're on top this much, eventually people are just going to start to hate you. I mean, you look at
Yeah.
Chris Forsberg. Look how much
Yep.
hate that guy gets because
Chris
he won
Forsberg
three
gets
rounds
the
in a row.
win.
Or 3 years in a row.
Yep.
Or, and so there's comes a point where people are going to start to hate you, and then you become the bad guy. I mean, I think Max Verstappen right now is probably one of the most hated drivers in F1 because he's winning.
Yeah,
Or
that's
was winning.
literally it. Everybody looks for something to hate about him because he is just doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm always on I'm on the Max side. Like he's not my favorite guy, but like I'm like I don't have anything against him. He's talented as hell. What the fuck? Dude
Yeah.
goes and then goes on the sim, wins there. I'm like he loves the sport. Like
Mm-hmm.
why do you hate him for loving the thing that he does?
Yeah.
Ah, crazy to me.
But yeah. So I think we picked Olsen with that first battle there.
I'm thinking too, Jason. Honestly, I just the way I mean, he could always potentially buy himself out. Who knows, or whatever the deal might be, but I don't know. Just the way how he spoke the one time on the podium, he was very keen on the idea of hanging out with Jared next this next year. So
Yeah, like
we'll see.
well he's said things in the past where he possibly might be getting to a point where he doesn't want to compete as often
Yeah,
now. Um he's at that stage in life where he's like, maybe I, run a
ran out
team
of
instead
space for
of,
all these trophies.
basically do what Vaughn does. Vaughn runs a team and runs 2 rounds out of the year.
Yeah,
So it's I think he that side of it appeals to him.
hmm
So it'll be curious to see if that's going to be coming sooner rather than later, whether it's next year or the year after.
yeah. It's
Um,
crazy to me though. Just one more thing. He's only
yep.
got like 550,000 followers, which is wild.
Well, I
Like
mean, he's not a personality for social media. He's
yeah,
just the world's best drifter,
yeah.
which
That's
which there's two very different things.
it's.
Two
I
very
guess his YouTube isn't bad though. He's got a
no, it's
like
not.
I watch his
I wouldn't say it's no what's the word? Like he's not like I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to say what I want to say. Like he's not making content for people to like learn things or really,
right. You
he's
don't
not like a
really know who he
personality really
is.
to
Yeah,
follow, I would say. It's just not what he does.
yeah.
And to be fair, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need
No.
to try and put on a face and do things, which is a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
doesn't.
what YouTube is putting on a face and doing something for someone, whether it's learning how to do something or just
Yeah, he just
funny
does.
videos or people that do funny things or fun things and
Yeah,
stuff. Um, like for example, Adam versus James in their videos. They're two pretty different styles. Adam's much more, just following the life of what he's doing, and
yeah,
he's built up the following over the years. With his helpful tip videos on everything that he's done in his, builds and whatnot. And they're just different ways about going
for
for
sure.
things. And one definitely pushes the follower side and the subscriber side a lot more than the other. But I mean, I don't to be fair, I don't think James Dean cares.
No, he doesn't.
He's making plenty of money
Yeah, no,
driving the car. I don't think he
I was
cares
truly
at all.
shocked that that more people don't follow him just for his driving. You
Yeah.
know, like, I just love watching out everything that he does. It's like, God damn, you make it look easy, smooth. I just watched this video of him, the guy that won the raffle for that Kevlar S14.9.
Yep.
He picked the other. They had another car that he was able to choose from at the end, and he chose the other car. I mean, it came with cash and everything. It was probably like 500 horsepower as opposed to 1,000 horsepower of
Yeah.
non-sequential. Still nice, like
Probably a much more usable car.
yeah. But like he was like, yeah, this thing would cost me like $1,000 to run it every so often. So I don't. Damn, bro. I would have taken that thing. I would have figured I would have gone into debt. This is how people go, and I would have been able to do 60 events if that's the case, and burn up what 6 tires per event basically,
Yep.
and I'd have $60,000 of debt, and then I'd be like the average American.
It's true though. All right, let's try to get through some of these battles now. All right, Chris Forsberg, Jonathan Castro. Who you got?
I think we're gonna see an upset here.
Bro, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Castro's been held down way too much recently.
yeah, yeah. I think that I think he might do it.
Yeah,
He might take out the old force.
because he's always there. He's always knocking on the door. He's
Yeah.
never an easy pushover battle, and there's every once in a while he'll pull something out and just put on a chase for the ages,
Yep.
And it might be his round to do that.
I truly think that he might make it into the top 16. I don't know how. If he does, I don't know how it would go against
Shanahan. Well, it's hard to do that 2 times in a row,
It is. Yeah, he'd have to
And that's
literally
what makes a guy like James Dean so good is he can do it repeatedly.
back
He
to
can't.
back to back.
Yeah, like it's not like his chase run is, he pulls off the greatest chase run once. He does it every single time, and it's like
he doesn't like sweat it out and then like he needs like a nap afterwards. Like he's sharp. Yeah, but yeah, I think that this might be it, and we'll see honestly. And if he does continue on, then it's a good chance that he even might against Shanahan if that's.
But to be fair, a Forsberg Shanahan battle would be pretty sick.
It would be so sick.
Because I don't think those guys have battled yet.
No, not yet, and I'm sure that Shanahan is dying to do that one. Like, probably really hoping that Forsberg gets the win on this one, and yeah, I mean, but Shanahan still has to win against whoever gets in that position. So you never know what might happen.
Hypotheticals, bud.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's all we got right now. Hypotheticals.
I know. I just don't. Whoever might that may be, if they ever for some reason see that, I don't want you to think I'm counting you. But the odds are probably
right now,
pretty
what
slim.
I'm doing is we have to assume at this point that they're gonna win their battle. I mean, that's the only way we can really talk about it at this point. So that's what I'm doing. Is I'm just assuming they're gonna win.
I feel like, man, I don't know who would win that, Shanahan versus Forsberg.
Bro, it'd be a party. I mean, I would pick Shanahan just because of how he's driving recently. But Forsberg does have the advantage of driving this track a bazillion times.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's not that, like, Forsberg knows how to get that close. He just doesn't, like, too often. He pulls it out sometimes. And it's like, holy shit, he still got it. He really does. But, like, most of the time, he doesn't necessarily need to, I feel like. So, I don't know. It would be a cool battle.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you're going against Shanahan, you know that you can't give him a foot of room anywhere. So,
yeah. And you're not really going to hit him unless you just extend too long. So, excuse me. Yeah. Damn. All right.
Next up we got Ryan Literal and Ryan Turk. Battle the Ryans again.
Oh yeah,
This
they
was
were at
also
St.
in
Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah.
Um, you know, for me it's Ryan Turk until I see otherwise. So that's just how it is. To be
Yeah.
fair, Literal's had some good rounds this year. I
Yeah.
still, it's gonna take me a long time for me to trust him. It's gonna
Yeah.
take me like a good half of a season of his car, not failing him for me to trust him.
He's driving a lot better though.
He is driving better, but
I will give him that.
I'm I'm
You
still not trusting the car.
you definitely can't trust that car. It's not an Australian RB.
Yeah.
It's you
Dylan
know.
makes a good point here on Connor. Connor's proximity is incredible, but the judges have started catching on to his frequent lack of angle to achieve it. And I agree. This is the way he drives.
Yeah.
Um, is is kind of like that. It's I think it's a little bit. I mean, to be fair, I think it's also a part of the chassis he's driving. E36s don't benefit really at high angle.
Yeah.
They like to drive much lower angle compared to a lot of other chassis. So that doesn't, I don't
Same.
think, help him. Same with his GT86 over in Europe. I don't think it benefits at super high angle.
Yeah. I mean I'm also I I think that him being at that proximity is more difficult than somebody that's matching angle.
Sure.
Like I don't necessarily enjoy the way how these judges are now viewing his driving style. Like, okay, then why isn't anybody else doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Why hasn't any of the crowd or the judges been like, holy shit, like since they've seen Connor Shanahan do his chases? It's like
Yeah.
because it is incredible. For
Mm-hmm.
him on a transition to already be on your door again is just absolutely insane. Like that's crazy to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't care when Minoka is not. I go, yeah, it's
Yeah. And we'll get to Manoa when we get to him because I'd love to
thanks,
kind
Felipe.
of, you know, touch on him because I feel like there are some opinions changing about him, at
Yeah,
least across the internet. And I'll be honest, I would like to say that I did say something about his driving style a couple rounds
at
ago.
St. Louis,
Um,
I think when we were watching it at
well, I also said something about it in St. Louis, but I think I said something. It was I think Atlanta or something. One of the early rounds that I was just like his driving style is very different, and I
yeah,
don't know if it benefits him here. It benefits. It's just one of those things where it's like it's a more of a taste in style, and I'm not a big
hmm
fan of it.
yeah,
His style of the way he gets his car to places, but again, we'll talk about him when we get to his area of the bracket. Um, we got Felipe Natal for $2. I appreciate the super chat, buddy. Diego Higa, and
hmm
we always appreciate the Brazilian fans out there. They,
yes.
the most passionate people here.
Oh, your face is blocking them.
I know. Well, I gotta like
Oh, you
move
got a
and
super zoom.
zoom, maybe, or I can move my face. Yeah, we're just gonna move my face. There we go. I'm out of the way. All right. Well, and then it held me. All right. Just a little problem here.
Oh, so close.
Um, but yeah.
Brandon.
So shout
He,
out to Jason. He remembers me making a comment as well. Um, but yeah. So next up we got Brandon Sorensen, Diego Higa. I'm hyped for this one. Not gonna
yeah,
lie, this is gonna be a party.
yeah.
Two guys that I think both high upside.
I hope
I'm
Higa
hyped.
has this front bumper wrapped.
Does he?
I
I would
hope he
appreciate
does.
that. To be fair, I would
Because that made
appreciate.
it look, for some reason, like it just looked bad. The rest of the car looks so good, and then it's like that thing coming head on at you. You're like, damn, man. But yeah, no, I'm super pumped for this. Brandon's just been killing it, and Diego's been looking a lot better this year. He's had those crazy runs with Osbo earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, getting knocked out by Osbo, what, last round, right?
Yep,
Again? For the second time?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, Diego Higa's right there, but you know
Yeah.
who also is right there? Brandon Sorensen. So these
Yeah.
are like I'm excited for this battle because it's going to be a really good battle.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are both two guys that are just on the doorstep of trying to get into that, trying to get into those consistent top 16s, top 8s, trying to make their way into these, you know, upper part of the overall standings,
Yeah.
like they're trying to get into that top 15 range. So, and I think Sorensen's there right now, but two guys that I feel like are right there.
No
So,
matter which way it goes, it's going to be sick even against Odie. Whoever gets to go against
oh yeah.
Odie, it's going to be
I
just
mean,
as good.
this is the reality. Odie's got no joke, and whoever he gets top 16, if he does go through.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And you know, it's one of those. It's one of those things where, obviously, Dean's got to do his job to keep his championship, but Odie's also got to do his job to even stay relevant.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a fight right now for second and third. It's
Mm-hmm.
still obviously it ain't over. It ain't over for first. You never know.
Yep. I mean, and
He
there's
could
there's
he
all
could have he
there is
could
a
blow a
podium
motor
for
up.
the overall championship, so there, you still get hardware if you're second and third in the championship. So
Yep. I mean, James could essentially blow a motor like a second pulling up to that buy run line just to not be able to get any points at all pulling up to line. There isn't always a chance of some crazy shit. But yeah, that right now, that battle though for second and third, just top five positions as a whole is
mm-hmm.
just insane. So yeah, seeing the battle here, Brandon and Diego, and then whoever comes out victorious. Because I honestly don't even really know. I might have to say Brandon might catch the win on this one, but
Yeah, I'm
only
I'm
because
picking Brandon. Just from what I've seen, he's
it's
got the
like
bigger tires as well
a little more
on his car.
consistent. It seems like,
Well,
but
he's got the bigger tires, and this is a big tire track. Big tires definitely benefit you on this. He's got the Nittos on there, so
yeah,
I'm gonna pick Brandon just because of that. But again, I'm just hyped, man. I think it's gonna be a hype battle.
yeah, we shall see.
We shall. And now I'm gonna
Is that
move our
is that
heads
me?
to the other
Oh,
side.
I think that was one of the dogs downstairs playing with a toy. I thought that was you. One of your doggy playing with a toy.
Oh, yeah, she's doing something. I don't know.
Uh,
It's just me in the house right now, so it's just like I don't
oh.
know. She's doing something.
We
Hopefully, not getting in trouble.
had the our neighbor. She has a German Shepherd and a Havapoo, and
The
they have been
what?
over a Havapoo, and it's this little tiny little good little baby thing. Oh my God, they are both of those dogs are I some of the most well behaved animals I've ever met. They are love bugs. They don't beg. She walks like sometimes this little thing. Her name is Moo. She walks on her back leg sometimes, and it's like the
Yeah.
funniest looking thing.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was trying to get her to come up here, make a star appearance.
Yeah. Alrighty. We'll do another. And this is the third time these guys are going against each other.
Yeah,
Jonathan Hurst and Nick Novak. Another super close battle. I think Hurst's Novak was broken in New Jersey.
yeah, he made 1 second late or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was yeah,
That was a bummer. And then Hurst did win against Nick last round because Nick hit the wall.
right.
So the
Yeah,
question is, and I believe Nick Nomak has done well at this track before.
He does like to
So
go fast.
yeah.
He does do good at that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think this is gonna be another. I think it's gonna be a solid battle.
Hurst
Honestly.
for the win, please. Dang, you got a little man crush on Hursty. Yeah, I mean, I like both of them. I don't really have a preference here. Ultimately, who do I think is gonna win?
Yeah, well,
I think
it's just one of those points. You know, Hurst is won the first real battle between them, and
yeah,
it's because of Nick's mistake.
yeah,
So because of that, I'm gonna pick Nick on this one
yeah, I am also
because.
picking Nick. Yeah, Sam picked Nick. Hi, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I never said hello to you. I'm sorry.
So I think that that's what I'm gonna go with, but obviously it's a coin flip between these two guys.
Get that cornbread American man right there. Yeah.
You know what I would? You know who I'm excited for though? I'm excited to see Hiro Manoa go up against one of these guys.
Well, yeah, because they're not gonna give a shit. They're just gonna run him over.
I know. It's
Especially if it's Hurst. Hurst is just going to have zero mechanical care in the world and just
just literally gonna push him around the track,
yeah,
and it's gonna be great to see.
yeah. That is I think the same would be for Nick. I think that he has a little more care for his vehicle. I think I don't know. Hurst just doesn't give a shit. He's like I gotta get close. I have to get.
Exactly. No,
So
that's kind of where we're talking about. You know, Manoa being the slower car, the slower driver. How's that going to play out in this big wall? You know, you can't be going
I
slow here.
he did decent at Orlando, but I mean at the same time you're not really going fast around that bank.
It's a very short bank. You
Yeah,
know, Seattle's much bigger,
yeah.
going much faster.
Like, do you know what their speed is around that by any chance?
I think they're going
So
around at around 60, but I think they enter in the 80s,
okay, wow, yeah.
70s maybe.
So they're holding a lot of inertia, which I mean there are some Japanese tracks that are incredibly fast and they have huge banks, but they're not banked. You know, I should say they have huge sweepers, but they're not bank turns.
Right. No, I mean, obviously he's got Taguchi to learn everything off of. So it's not like he doesn't have people around him with experience on bank tracks. So
Yeah,
I think it'll be fine. It's just going to be the driving style. You know,
yeah, yeah,
Dylan's like, yeah, if Manoa parks it in
yeah.
front of Hearst, there's going to be tow trucks coming.
Yep. And I think that honestly they'd give Hurst a win.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they do see it because I am beyond shocked that they weren't noticing it at the end of St. Louis. I thought that that was crazy
Mm-hmm.
on his initiations and shit like that. And it's just he's very just he's got to figure he'll figure it out. I truly think that it's just him coming into the vehicle, getting accustomed to everything. I don't really think that he's trying to pull games at all. I think that it's just
No,
truly
it's just
just
a driving style. It's a
yeah,
sim driving style.
it is. And I think it'll change over time. I can't imagine that driving that vehicle is easy at all. One of the harder chassis and then a motor that you have to try to just keep revved up again. Yeah, it's got torque, but it's you can't just sit there and left foot brake at everything. You got to clutch
Mm-hmm.
kick and do stuff and
Right.
so
No, I agree.
go
All right.
Dylan, go Dylan.
Battle Battle of these two guys, Taylor Hall and Kazuya Taguchi. Should be a fun one.
Going to Gucci. As long as
I'm gonna
Taylor
pick.
Hall enters fine.
I'm picking Taguchi. He likes. I think he likes his track. Um,
No more lose.
but and I'm curious to see the team dynamic on seeing if he's getting jealous about Manoa. You know, getting higher places than him.
Getting the spotlight
I
too.
know.
Yeah,
It's been a quiet year for Kazuya, so
It really has been. This could be his moment.
Yeah, I
It's a
agree.
good. I mean, it's a good and like good top 32 for him. Not
Hmm. To be
obviously
fair,
still
though,
a battle.
I think anyone who's going against Dylan Hughes is going to be tough to beat.
Doomed.
It's going to be
Yeah,
tough.
pretty doomed.
Yeah.
Pretty-
Dylan, I don't know what it is about this track, but Dylan has it down.
Yeah, he really just thoroughly enjoys it. Maybe he's got like more family out there and stuff.
Hmm.
He's just excited. Good weather, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously grew up in the area, but yeah, something about this track, man, brings it out in him. And
Good.
we got another
He,
interesting one here. Battle of some
uh,
BMWs. We got Rome versus Trenton.
oh, I don't see him.
I'm thinking I'm gonna pick
Oh,
Rome.
there they are.
Rome did
You're picking Rome. Yeah, his car is probably faster. He is not based on power or anything, but because it might even have less power. Turbo car on the bank, it's probably just going to be gripped up faster.
mm,
Trent, he's been looking good, but RCP, dude, he's really nothing to play with there. He's a, I'm shocked that he's in the place that he's in this year,
mm-hmm.
considering, but it is a new chassis and everything. But yeah, I think that if he was in the E36 that he let Connor drive this year, I think that he would probably be within the top 5 points. So we're gonna
Really.
have to, yeah. I don't think that he's far off of himself getting on a podium place for a championship one of these coming years.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he sticks with it, I hope that he does.
I mean, whoever wins isn't gonna get an easy pick out of Frederick Osborne.
No, they're not. No,
Oh,
they're
Freddie's,
not.
always gonna be there for for some tough battles. But yeah, I'm picking Rome, but it's gonna be a good battle. I'm excited.
Yeah, that will be a good one though. If it's
Mm-hmm.
Rome and Freddie, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just gonna be one speedy looking battle going
Mm.
on.
Look at this bottom bracket, bud.
LZ.
Look at this bottom bracket. This is some characters right here.
We got the fresh chassis from LZ. We
Mm-hmm.
got the Florida man Dan, and we have the master, the teacher, Ken
Ken Gucci.
Mangucci.
Uh, in this, I think it's gonna be a really good battle between Dan and Ken because Dan was driving real good at St. Louis. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, and he'll get to just go a little bit faster, whip that thing in. I mean, his entries at Orlando are sick. He just always has great entries.
And I feel like this has been a difficult track for Ken the last couple years.
Yeah,
In
which he
my.
might excel at now because he's back to the Jay Z
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit more better power
Right.
delivery. So.
Yeah. This one's a tough one for me. I think I'm going Dan though.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna go Dan this time.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Ken's had
I'm
a
hu-
really good year. He's pretty well placed still. But I think I'm going Dan, and then Adam. I like Adam's chances in this bracket.
I do too.
Um, it's really
Man,
gonna
would
be
that
is they
just
are they.
be a story to tell right there?
Mm-hmm.
Like he is on a good side for the bracket.
Exactly.
Oh, you
So
got the thumbs up. Nice.
I think I'm glad Adam's coming back out. It's one of those things where I it's kind of annoying to where he's playing the I'm not coming back to FD thing after the crash, and then now I'm gonna build another chassis and we're gonna make it, and it's just one of those things where it's like I get why he's doing it, and we can go back to this conversation of why James Dean only has so many followers because he doesn't do this kind of stuff.
Yeah. No,
Adam's in
I
it.
mean
Adam's in it for the
the
YouTube
hype.
side of the drama
Yep.
and it's the same things that like Drift Games does and that kind of stuff to where that's how you get views on YouTube. You got to create the drama. You got to
Yep.
with their whole like release of this last LZ World Tour in Ireland of doing the whole hostage thing.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah. Yeah.
all about the drama, the fun, like
Yep.
It's just how he is. It bugs me a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, dude, just tell me so I know. You know, it's like,
Yeah. Shout out to Yogi right now with Nita. They've been teasing this grappler release now for the past 2 months.
oh really?
A new tire coming, and it's like man, I know what it is, but like I'm starting to see like the comments. It's like, damn, this is the longest teaser release for a fucking tire I've ever seen. It's like, this thing better be able to make me do backflips. It's
I know, dude.
like,
It's just, well, it's just one of those things where it's like it's kind of silly at this point, but um, I'm glad he's here. It's good for FD when he's driving. Great.
he bring.
He loves the E36 chassis.
I love
So
having
I'm
him here.
always
Like
appreciative when he does take the time to come out to drive the track and stuff. So, and he's
he
having
made
a
a
pretty
fan out
solid
of me.
season, even though he crashed in St. Louis. I think he's still got pretty good standing in the standings. What a statement I just had there.
Standing in the standings, baby. You know that's right. But yeah, he's made a fan out of me this year. I seeing him just almost he almost changed his community as a whole in itself too by
Hmm.
him switching back to his roots. Like I think I've mentioned it before, but like him doing FD prior to this season just seemed more of not a gimmick, but like just like a thing to hype himself up, like another marketing tool that he can make videos on, things like that. Obviously, it's the same thing this year, even more so because he gets to build his own chassis. But now it's like he does have that extra bit of like story to tell behind it, where now his fans want him to excel. That it's like, dude, fucking do it! Like you can do this. Like you're driving better. Like and now like their attitude is just like completely changed. It almost seems like behind it, rather than
Yeah.
just like trying to go and see like a meet and greet at you know FD with LZ.
Hmm.
They want to go fuck a meet and greet. I want to go see you run this man over, dude. Like
Hmm.
go win. Like just
Well, and that's what he kind of does at FD too. If you notice, he doesn't have the big trailer anymore, the big merch
yep.
area. I mean, he's got merch and stuff at Drift HQ and stuff, but his trailer itself is just your regular standard,
Yep.
probably for
Yep.
your regular trailer. There's no stackers or anything. He's just trying to fly under the radar.
Yeah, just a regular old guy right now,
Hmm.
right? Him after the top 16 ceremonies on his bicycle, dude, while he was just pedaling his ass off, was one of the funniest things to me. And like, I thought it was also like, I'm not trying to be, because I loved it. I love, like if your car's not ready to go, I think that you should be able to just like bring out a golf cart to top 16, whatever.
Hmm.
That's on you. That's on your sponsors, whatever. Take it up
Hmm.
with them. But I could have sworn at the beginning of the year they said that if your car is not out for top 16 ceremonies, and that's you lost, like you L.
Really?
I could have sworn.
I was gonna say because that's never been a thing in the past.
I know, and that's what, like when I heard it, I was like, that seems kind of crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like, what if I just tank the wall? You're gonna make me tow this thing back. It's like I'm gonna just drip oil all over the place. I'm like, yeah, everything's blown up. I'm just gonna fire this bad bitch up.
Yeah, no,
Don't yell at me.
I don't think they would do that, or they shouldn't do that for sure.
No.
But all right, we are at the predictions point of this. Pick me your top four,
Oh gosh.
and I got some
Uh,
surprises for you.
I'm gonna say James Dean, Ryan Turk,
Oh,
and Dylan and LZ.
okay, okay. There's some prizes in there. And
That
who
would
you
be
got winning?
such a sick one. Who do I have winning? Turk.
Oh, I like it. I like the Nitto pick. I think Nitto's gonna do well here.
think he's got a fire under his
Hmm.
ass. I
I
think
think uh, I think for my top four, I have Simon Olsen pulling up the
he's,
upset,
he's gonna take him out. He's gonna ruin the streak, huh? Somebody's gonna do it one of these times.
and then I think we're gonna have an epic battle between him and Odie in top four.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. But I just hope that it doesn't go the same way the St. Louis one, because like that could have been so much better. But Odie is just so, he knows that car a little bit more. He
Hmm.
is just faster. Commitment is just at another
I
level.
just love when they go against each other because it's like such a big implication for points.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's true.
some
I mean,
drama.
James literally could just not come to this round.
I know it's true.
And but I mean, like I said, one of these times that streak has to end. You can't win them all.
Hmm.
You literally can't. You
Yeah.
can't podium all, and eventually it will get tarnished by somebody. Simon
Hmm.
is a very good chance to do it. So,
Yeah. And I think on the other side, I also got Dylan Hughes,
mhm.
and I'm gonna go the classic Freddie Osbo,
Okay.
and I think I got I think Dylan's gonna do it all the way this year.
You think he'll take number one?
He podiumed I think last year, if not 2 years ago, and I know he's got top four. I believe. No, he got second last year.
That
He's
was with the broken finger, right?
yep, and he's got top four I think the year before. Like he is this track he's got it, So and
Mm-hmm.
he's had some of the best battles I've seen out here. I still remember him and Matt Field battling 2 years ago, and it was
Getting,
I think it was
didn't he get
two
ran over?
two or three one
Like,
more times, and I think the only thing that knocked him out was he tapped the wall but too hard. It
uh,
was wild,
damn, damn.
but I mean they were
Yeah,
both
I
the
look forward to watching that boy go rip. Let's go, Dylan. Come on, buddy. Bring him home. That would, I
Alrighty.
mean, if he did get number one, man, shoo
I
we
mean,
might have to extend that flight one more day because I might have to go party with the Hughes.
oh man. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
but
excited,
yeah,
bro. And unfortunately, there's not too many implications on points here. I mean, obviously the battle is for second place between Freddie and Odie.
yep,
Um and then obviously you got fourth and fifth Manoa and Olsen. I think Olsen's gonna take that place back eventually pretty quickly here. If I got a guy that's dropping out of the top 10, it's probably Gucci. Because I think Connor Shanahan's gonna work his way up into possibly getting a top five by the end of the year.
it's very possible.
So I think he's working his way up.
I'm excited for Utah for him.
Yeah, it should
I'm
be
really
fun.
curious how Connor, specifically Connor Shannon, is going to drive Utah.
Hmm.
I think that that's just going to be a sight that we as Americans have never seen before. I think he's going to throw that car so hard. So I'm curious. But yeah, Seattle is should shape up to be a pretty neat event, man.
Dude, I'm excited.
When
Alrighty, got any
you're
last
flying in,
words
right?
for we let the people go? Again, appreciate everyone watching, hanging out, talking. FD, you guys have all been
FD
awesome.
stuff.
It's a good time, you know.
We love it. I watched Jared's video, like the FD thing, that like the send it videos, because I had a clip. I know that he got a clip of me, and I was like right in the camera. And I really was hoping I was gonna be in that one. They call me out, man. They call me out. Dude, maybe I said something bad. I don't remember what I said. I don't really remember.
Trying to be famous, man.
That's just one step at a time. Oh,
Yeah.
lick lick later, right? Is that
What?
him? Alex Drifts, isn't that lick later?
I don't know. I see an orange car, and he doesn't have an. Does he have an orange car?
Not that I know. James Dean will win 100% the RTR.
I mean, I agree with you. Like, I think RTR is either won or podium the last couple years here. Um, so I agree.
No
I think
problem,
James
Dylan.
Dean's
Thanks for.
probably the guy to beat this weekend.
He's just the guy to beat always. It's
I
like
mean,
it's just the thing, and like when you do, it's like wow, what an ego boost.
mm-hmm.
I'm Mustang guy. Oh, Mustang guy. I think Matt knows you. I think.
Probably.
Yeah, big Mustang. Shoot. But yeah, I don't really have any last words except
All
for
right, man. Yeah, no, again, I appreciate everyone hanging out.
yeah.
We will obviously be live in Seattle and hanging out, talking to everybody, talking shit. Seattle's a fun track to go live from because we're in the middle of the track a lot of the time and we're right on top of the action. So
And hopefully a
honestly,
little better.
probably the
I think
best live of the whole year is Seattle in terms of
probably
like
better cell
what it looks
service
like.
too.
Yeah, it's gonna be better self service than St. Louis. St. Louis was rough, man. A
Yeah.
lot of the streams were barely connecting or disconnecting a bunch of the time. It was bad. Like I felt
It's
so
a rough
bad for
time.
everyone. There's not much I could have done. Um,
I mean,
but
hey, I'm thankful for everyone that sticks it out through those terrible times. Is there any way to get better streaming from you? From me, on my end, yeah, I don't know. I have really good internet actually.
yeah.
Or do you mean at the track?
Oh, I
Like,
think he's talking about the track, and honestly,
yeah,
not without putting thousands of dollars into something.
yeah,
And I don't have any financial justification for doing that. So
yeah.
it's just
Maybe one day,
maybe
but
one day
at
exactly,
this,
But
I
right now it's just a fun side thing we do for everyone, and it is
I've
what it
had
is,
the
and we do
idea
what we
of
can.
having a Starlink somehow set up like in a backpack that just like fucking just goes. And I keep the backpack on, and I just
There are ways to connect to like a Wi-Fi service if you have a Wi-Fi, but like you got to be close to it, and it's
at the end of the day, if you get a hotspot, it's still running off of the same cell service that your phone doesn't have. So
it is true.
yeah.
Yeah,
But oh yeah, my favorite track, Alex Senior.
Atlanta.
I mean, I'm biased. Me,
Oh, you're gonna say New
Jersey.
Jersey, aren't you?
Yeah, but only because of the partying and the fun. Like literally, but like if it came down to like actual like the course, the scenery, the venue, everything, it's a close tie between or well Utah or Atlanta. Uh,
Really?
they
I'm I'm
yeah.
I'm a little butthurt about Utah still. The fact that we
Well,
can't
because
go
we
on the
can't
other
go on
side.
the yeah
Yeah,
where because the car is gonna
because that's
come
the best
in
shot of
and
the whole event, and we can't even go get it.
they're gonna come in at over their entering speed. Hear me out. They're gonna go on outer two. They're gonna somehow speed or excel the speed of 150 miles an hour and shoot up that dirt ramp. That's never gonna happen. Yeah, it's not gonna happen because it's literally the off road. As you know, the jumps are fucking like 100 feet tall.
Hmm.
It's like what?
Yeah. It's just one of those things that bothers me, and there's only so many angles you can get in Utah, and the venue itself. I don't think they get a ton of spectators. I think it's probably the lowest spectated event I would say of the year.
It might still be. It was only its second year last year,
Right.
so maybe this one will boost. It definitely seemed like it did a little bit better last year, though.
Hmm.
I think if I was a spectator, that would be one of the cooler tracks to
Oh
be at.
yeah, like dude,
Because,
like camping out in the middle section
dude,
with
yeah,
the.
you bring a little chair and you literally you have the Humpty Dump and you see more than what I see. It's
Hmm.
like, damn, bro.
I literally shot from the spectator area, the first couple days because you can see so good from there.
Yeah, that's I ended up doing. I mean, I did it a little bit for the pro because I didn't have the pro vest last year, and I was like,
Hmm.
damn, this is just better. This
Hmm.
is just literally better. But yeah, definitely sucks we can't be on the other side. But just all the other things like they're bad. Like they got better services. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the asphalt's nice, the track is nice, the air is nice. You know, it's just Irwindale. You go there and they got the shit plant across the street, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that the one that smells like crap or
St.
something?
Louis is the dog food place.
That's the dog. Wow, wow! I didn't smell it this last time.
I know. I didn't smell it either.
Oh, it
So
wasn't hot. Maybe that's it.
that's why. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that was rough. St. Louis is definitely the least. So if you're curious what's my least favorite track, St. Louis. Boom, done, over.
Yeah, I think it's between St. Louis and Orlando, but Orlando you can at least get some cool wall riding stuff, and you can get some of that at um, St. Louis, but it's nowhere near as epic as
Yeah,
Orlando is. You
yeah,
know, in Orlando you get better battles as well.
yeah. Oh, I'm in Florida. I want to go to that Utah one. Yeah, one of
I
these
mean,
years, man.
if I honestly if you're from Florida and you are traveling, I would probably go to Irwindale.
Yeah, but
If
that's
I were to
just
go to a West Coast round, it's going to be Irwindale, just because it's Irwindale.
yeah. I mean, that's
You
fair.
know,
It is
just
like
because it's the last
the
round of the
driving
year,
is
you get the
going to be the
championship
best.
stuff, you
Yeah,
get all that stuff. The venue's packed. Like
it is packed. They got the
the
nice TV when
gnarliest
when
crashes
you're in
always
the
happen there.
when you're spectating, they have the TV set up
Mm-hmm.
too. So like they have them all over, so you can watch like the replays like from there. I'm like, damn man, like that's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Irwindale, I think, as far as a spectator goes, it's probably one of the top West Coast venues.
Yeah, it is a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
It's big.
It's yeah, it's big, it's fast, it's gnarly. Like the crashes are wild. Like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Poor JTP, dude. Sorry, I just did a edit the other day for Daigo Saito, for Brandon Gardner, and
Mm-hmm.
whatchamacallit, I was just like going through footage trying to find stuff from him on his rookie year, 2012, and dude, it was a spitting image of last 2 years ago. When was JTP last in? 2 years ago,
2
right?
years ago, yeah.
At Irwindale, where he's just on that wall, just just stuck on that wall. Was outer two,
Yep.
and 2012 doing the same thing. I was like, oh man, this poor oh boy,
It
this
takes
is
no
just
prisoners, man. I mean, you got
it
James Dean
does,
last year doing a freaking flip, you know?
dude. That was bad. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
came right
it
back out though.
it is the place to see the gnarliest crashes.
Yeah, I mean that getting into outer
I
two
mean, to
with
be
that.
fair, St. Louis probably had one of the worst crashes we've seen in a long time, but that's largely because of the dumb layout that they did for the track. That's the track.
Yep,
I'm putting that crash on the track like that.
yep,
They knew that that was gonna happen. They know K rails are not the right type of wall to be putting there. You don't see
maybe.
any Drift Masters events have K rails. They all have straight up walls.
Yep. Yeah, I'm curious if they want. I wonder if they did that
Yeah,
genuinely to hopefully
I'll be
defer us
honest.
from
Like
wanting to go
the
back.
more I think on it, like I would be furious with the track if I was FD and
Yeah,
questioning on whether or not I'm coming back if they do that again.
yeah.
Because you do not. K rails are extremely dangerous, and you saw why. You know, we had obviously two cars flip basically.
Yeah,
Mate, I
and
mean
then
three.
and
You know, we got
three
Kelsey.
that got on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then two that really just took the hard
dude,
the hard hit
it's
out of that.
you want to make drifting dangerous, you add K rails,
Yeah, yeah. I'm all for
and they weren't
walls.
even
I
like drilled
love
in the
I love
ground or
walls.
anything. You know,
I know they used other ones behind it to prop it. It's like
that ain't gonna
okay,
do
dude.
shit, man.
Yeah. Say, all right. So then when you do ride up it, now you have these other adjacent ones that you're going to get stuck in and now potentially tumble over.
Dude,
It's
it's so embarrassing. I was just like, the more I
uh,
thought about it, I was like, wow, like they really did that, didn't they? They just
yeah.
used K rails as the regular walls, and it's like that's so dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm all for walls,
Mm-hmm.
but
And a
not.
lot of the drivers are too. You know,
Yeah,
you talk to a lot of the drivers, they're excited that the wall's there. They just don't like the fact that it's a K rail instead of a regular wall, you know?
yeah, I'm about to kickflip my shit.
Yeah.
Like, like what the hell? Yeah, new track would be cool, but a lot of semantics that go into it.
The
A lot of
biggest issue is always going to be, you get the coolest tracks, but you always have nowhere to sit. That was the problem with
nowhere to
St.
sit.
Louis when we first went there. They had one of the coolest tracks that we drifted at, but there was nowhere to sit. There's no spectator area. You can't make money on something like that. So,
Or you get another one where now it's nowhere to park
right.
all this field of drivers.
What
You know?
or you get to you remember when they went to Erie, right?
Yeah.
You get all the spectators place, but it's a super boring track. It's kind of a shitty facility. Not, I mean,
Yep.
I know people at the facility. It's not like a shit facility, but it's not like it's not a road. It's not super nice. It's not something like up to standards. Not
It's
that
not a
every
road
facility
course
that
place. Like,
FD goes
yeah,
to really is up to standards. We go to freaking Orlando,
yeah, right. But it's
but
not like almost like a track like
but the,
Utah
yeah,
or
but I mean,
Atlanta.
how many oval courses do you really want to do in a year? It's just one of those
Exactly.
things where oval courses are super easy to get a lot of spectators. You see all the action right in front of you.
Yep.
So, but I just don't think FD has an appetite to go to another oval track. We already got three
Yeah.
on the schedule, and it's like we gotta do some different stuff. So I think if FD is going to be moving anywhere, I think they're going to want to try and do another road course style event. The hard
Yeah.
part again is seating, and it's always the problem with road courses is this getting the spectators into a part of the track.
It's like it would be the sickest thing if they did do E Town, but on the front course somehow. Like they were able
But you
to.
can't though. You don't have this.
I
You
know
don't
that
have the seating for
the
it.
spectator space. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like if they were like I think that they would be more like cool with the idea of renting like some bleachers and things, but like you still have nowhere to put them. Like there is
Yep.
literally like the ground's just unlevel. There's literally nowhere to put they have the bleachers where they are
Mm-hmm.
because that's the only place that they could be.
No, I
Like
agree.
and
It's
those
it's just one of those things where you finding a venue like that is very hard, and then you have to let them allow drifting, which is
yeah,
the other problem with road courses is most of them don't.
yeah, yeah, they don't want to mess up their grass, their
Mm-hmm.
paint, their
That's why
rumble
they
strips.
freaking
Yeah.
put the K rails up, is they didn't want to mess up the grass.
Yep. Yep.
And
That's
now
why
you
they I mean
cost, a couple of these guys tons of money.
excuse me.
It probably cost Adam
No, whole new
probably
car.
$100,000
Yeah. Yep.
because you didn't want to,
Fabrication,
you
man
were worried about
time.
the grass.
Yep. Yeah. It's insane. But
I don't know about $100,000 because they did reuse a lot of it, but I mean, still, it still probably cost them at least 50.
still I mean you gotta think about
You got to pay
he
everyone
had
to fix the car too.
how many people were there that worked all day and night for
Mm-hmm.
a week and a half, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Like
True.
it's like 13 people that he's probably paying at $100 an hour.
Yep.
It's like, damn, bro. Money just burning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
So, it's just one of those things where it's hard to find a good match. I know there are options that FD has talked about in the past. The question is always going to be, we'll see, because I know
yeah,
FD does like the schedule they have now. They think it's a good variety. They think that they can make money at almost all of the venues. The
it's
only
pretty
venue
fair
really that
too,
they
a little
don't make
east
money
west.
at, I believe, is Long Beach, just because it's so expensive to do the event there. But they recoup all the money at other events. I know, like for example, or the reason Orlando is still in the schedule is because they make a shit ton of money at Orlando. So
Right. And Long
it's
Beach is just so iconic. I
exactly.
mean, like the viewership even on the stream is probably the highest
Hmm.
there. Like everyone that is a drift fan knows about the Long Beach.
Yeah.
If you don't know about FD being there, they somehow know about the Super Drift competition going on there, and I'm like, that's FD too.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of the thing is like they they do that event because of that.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to talk about at the end of the year if we start hearing things. If we're, at the ending Orwindale stream, I'm really curious to see, and we'll probably end up doing a live or two, in the winter when stuff gets announced. But
yeah.
and
I
there's
mean, there's
always
always
cool
other
announcements and stuff. But
always
yeah,
other
man.
competitions and shit going on too.
Oh yeah. So all right. Well, I got lots I got to get done still tonight. Um,
Yep.
and but I do again appreciate everyone hanging out. Had a ton of people hanging out. We had over 30 people just hanging out, chilling with us, which is awesome to see. Appreciate everyone, and yeah, we'll be live in 2 days, 3 days, something like that
Yeah,
for
three
practice,
days. Three
whenever
days, I
that
think.
is.
Friday.
Yeah, we'll be live Friday, and like I said, it's probably the best live stream of the year.
Yeah.
So I
Stay
hope you
tuned,
guys
everybody.
are.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, hope you guys are. Hope you guys enjoy it. All right. See everyone later.